At Fields, we build both natural grass fields and synthetic turf fields. Today, we're looking at a synthetic turf field. You might ask, what's the advantage of a synthetic turf field? Our belief is that synthetic turf, when you're in a landlocked situation or in an urban environment, is much more user-friendly. It requires less maintenance than a natural grass field. It endures more play, and it really becomes a 24/7, 365-day-a-year field. Whereas with a natural grass field, you really can play about 600 to 800 hours on a natural grass field in a season. Sometimes synthetic field turfs are used for multi-purpose. So you can actually use them for football, soccer, lacrosse, PE, and the trick to it is that determining what lines you want to put on the synthetic field and how much interference you want to have. When you have a field that gets used for multiple uses, you can put a lot of lines down, and sometimes it causes some player confusion. There's another alternative to that, though. There's paint made in various manufacturers around the country that you can put paint lines onto a green field, and then the paint washes away and you can use the field for multiple things. Let's talk about maintenance on synthetic turf fields. People say, well, they don't require any maintenance at all. That's actually not the case. A synthetic turf field needs to be maintained on a monthly basis. You don't have mowing, you don't have fertilizing, you don't have watering. What you do have is you have grooming, you have redistribution of rubber, you have deep tine movement on the rubber. So there are things that you need to do on a synthetic turf field. So the belief that synthetic turf fields are maintenance free, it's not exactly the case. A good groundskeeper is going to be involved in this field just like he's involved or she's involved in their natural grass field as well. Talk about the basic construction of a synthetic turf field. There are certainly a myriad of ways to construct a synthetic turf field, but at Fields we do them a certain way. And that way is the components are a stone layer that's 6 inches deep, a flat drainage pipe layer with a collector pipe. It could be on either side or down the center of the field depending upon the design. A 6-inch stone layer, a 1-inch topping stone layer, then on top of that we install the turf. That system is really the most important part of buying a synthetic turf field. The grass looks pretty, everybody wants to see what the field looks like, but the actual function of the turf really happens below the turf. The base needs to be built, and if it's built right, you should be able to achieve 3 changes of turf. And what I mean by that is typically turf lasts for 8 years. That's a manufacturer's warranty. So at the end of an 8-year period, you can expect to replace the turf. When the turf comes off, if the base was built correctly, the base should be able to be touched up a little bit, and you'll be able to roll the new turf over it and have that replacement. So in other words, when we build a base at Fields, we believe that you'll get 25 years of successful use out of the base, and you'll put 3 different fields on top of our base.